Good morning, Santa Clarita. Delgado here with you on this Thursday, September 18th. And I have a very special guest and a very special guest in studio with me. It just brought a smile to my face. There is Tiny here. We'll get to Tiny shortly. But we have Paul Martinsen from the Castaic Animal Care Center here with us to talk about a great event that's happening this Saturday. Well, first off, good morning, Paul.
Good morning. How you doing? And it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming on in and bringing Tiny as well. But from the Castaic Animal Care Shelter, you have an event going on this weekend. Can you tell us some more about that?
Yes, we have a first responders event, and there's going to be demonstrations. It's 11 to 3 o'clock at the shelter, and just show up. There's no tickets. There's no reservations. It's a family-friendly event, and hopefully you come in, learn some things about safety and from our first responders, and go home with an animal.
Go home with an animal, but yes, again, the fire department's going to be there. I think they're going to
Yes,
have some
demonstrations.
about the emergency preparedness because unfortunately we live in where a lot of fires happen, disasters, and yes, we want to take care of ourselves, but also our pets as well, and our larger animals that go into what happens when those happen. Like, what do we do, and how does that happen? And this gives the community an opportunity to see that in action.
And to talk about that, we just had an event this past January, February, where we evacuated the animal shelter, and we took all the animals out when the Hughes fire, I think they called it,
Right, yeah.
came down, and it was within a couple hundred yards of the shelter. But we took all of our animals up to the Lancaster shelter because there was very much concern that the fire would engulf the shelter area.
And yes, here we report obviously the fires on the news, and then we very much here's the evacuation center, and here's also where you can take your smaller pets and then also your larger pets as well. So thank you for doing that because that is a major help here in the community. And we have Tiny here wanting to speak, but what else can they expect? Again, it's going to be the emergency preparedness adoption event taking place this Saturday from 11 to 3, and you said it's a
Family-friendly event.
event.
There's going to be events. I believe I heard there was food and snacks,
Okay.
so that you can munch a little bit. And like I said, we have dogs, we have cats, we have guinea pigs. There's
So
a
it's not
tortoise.
just like all a tortoise. Okay.
We have a tortoise, a rooster that is available for adoption. Sometimes we do have horses and goats and pigs, but we don't have them on campus right now on site. But plenty of dogs, and Tiny is just one of our residents up there right now.
Yes, and it seems that Tiny is getting a little restless because she wants to be on the mic. But can you talk to us about Tiny? And yes, you can, if you are watching us on Facebook, you can see Tiny in action here. Yeah, she's right above the microphone. So head on over to Facebook.com again if you're listening to us, but you can see Tiny if you head on over to Facebook. Talk to us about Tiny.
Tiny is a 1-year-old Chihuahua. She has been at the shelter for about a week. She was turned in by their owners because they said they didn't have time for her.
Oh.
So if they don't have time for her, we're hoping that she finds a family that will just give her all that love and attention that she deserves. She's a very, very sweet young lady. You can see she sits quietly right here next to me. And when I was out in the lobby, she jumped on the chair next to me and just looked up at me. I had Tiny out quite a bit yesterday, and she would just nuzzle in and curl into my lap and nuzzle next to me. She's just a really, really sweet girl. She knows basic commands. She will sit, she will lie down, and she walks really nicely on a leash, and she loves going for walks.
Loves going. She is being the perfect animal right now. And yes, easy command. Paul, you had to get up on the chair and just a nice, easy sit command. And she did. And she is just being great. Yes, Tiny, you're there for the camera. But to adopt Tiny, what's the process? How do they go about doing that?
You come to the shelter, you meet Tiny, you sign a waiver of liability so that you can actually meet one of the dogs. We have pens that we bring the dog to. There's a cat room if you're doing cats and the other animals. But we take the dog out into a pen, you meet, you interact with the dog. If you have another dog at home, our suggestion always is to bring the dog with you, and we do a meet and greet through the fence so that we can see if the dogs are compatible. A lot of times you can't tell with 100%, but you're pretty sure they're not snarling at each other and they're not trying to go after each other through the fence, that they're going to be compatible. And then you go into the office and do the paperwork, and you take the dog home. And the dogs are chipped. They have a microchip in the back of the neck. They are spayed or neutered before they go home, and all their shots are up to date. And you get all those medical records, and you also get a voucher to take the dog to your vet if you have one, so that your vet can give you the opinion on the health of the dog. They'll do the check where they'll do the eyes, the ears, the heart, the lungs. They'll look at the hips and the joints. They don't do any blood work. They don't do any x-rays, but they just give you your opinion. And I call it peace of mind, because this is somebody you trust, as opposed to our vet who looks at our dogs and is very honest. We have dogs with health waivers, so that, you know, if you take that dog home, you know that it needs medication either every day, every week. And there's something going on with the dog.
Right, and there's no surprises, so you do know everything about the pet that you
we
are
try to.
Right,
we make that very honest effort to let you know everything that's going on. And like I said, some of our dogs do have health waivers. Tiny is not one of them. She has a love waiver. She just loves.
And you can't go wrong. You said she was nuzzling with you. And there's honestly nothing better than just you relaxing and then your dog coming up and nuzzling with you. That is fantastic. So you can be on the couch, and she is ready to do that as well. Again, we're talking with Paul Martinsen from the Castaic Animal Care Shelter. And then about the upcoming Emergency Preparedness Adoption event that's happening this Saturday from 11 to 3. It is free, no tickets required. Just stop on by. It's a family-friendly event. There's going to be the fire department out there with demonstrations on how they do evacuate the larger animals in case of an emergency. And then also a touch-a-truck event that's going to be happening. They'll have the fire truck out there.
That I don't have all the information on, but yes, the touch-a-truck is always a great event. The children love to go and see the fire truck and climb on the fire truck and be next to the fire truck.
Right. Yes, I would say normally that would be the case, but yeah, again, the fire truck's going to be there. But with dogs and all these pets and animals, these loving animals looking for a home, I don't know if the truck is going to be the main event, but it'll sure be nice to have it out there.
Let's hope not. Let's hope the animals are the focus, and and the truck comes in a close second.
Yeah, I'll say a close second. But for more information, how do they go if they want to, or contact the Castaic Animal Care Center?
There's our website. I don't remember the address off the top of my head, but what I do is I Google Castaic Animal Care, and it takes me right to the website. And you can look at all the information on the website. It is an LA County shelter, one of the 7 in the LA County system. And it'll tell you on the website even what dogs we have and what dogs are available, or cats or any other animals that are available on our location.
Right. I am a dog person, so I might just go stop there and just see
please do.
all of the dogs there. But then I might take them all.
No.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming in. And Tiny, thank you for coming in as well. And we'll see you this Saturday again for the Emergency Preparedness Adoption event taking place at the Castaic Animal Care Shelter. Thank you for coming on in.
Thank you, Delgado, for having us.
And if you missed that interview or caught the tail end of it, be sure to head on over to Facebook.com or YouTube.com/KHTS Radio. Well, good morning, Santa Clarita. I'm Delgado. This is KHTS FM 98.1 and AM 1220 and the HometownStation.com.